Welcome to the Ultimate Music Theory Basic Rudiments Lesson 2. In Lesson 1, you learned how to easily identify the notes on the grand staff using the landmark note pattern of FACE and GBD, including notes written using ledger lines. You also learned how notes are written at the same pitch in an alternate clef. In Lesson 2, you'll learn the rules about accidentals, where they go, what they do, and why do we need them. When first introducing accidentals, use the keyboard as a visual aid in identifying pitch. As we learned in Lesson 1, each note on the staff has a corresponding key on the keyboard. A half step or semitone is the shortest distance in pitch between two notes. For example, E to F or B to C. On the keyboard, a half step is the very next key, black or white with no key in between them. When teaching accidentals, the sharp, flat, or natural sign are written in front of a note to change the pitch of the note by one chromatic half step. A half step is also called a chromatic semitone, and the word chromatic simply means the same letter name. For example, a sharp raises a note one chromatic half step. The note F is raised to F sharp. The accidental is written in front of the note and after the letter name. F sharp is a black key on the keyboard. When teaching how to write the accidentals of a sharp, flat, or natural sign, we want to remind students of the following. When writing a sharp, keep the inside square of the sharp in the same space as a space note and have the line running through the middle of the sharp just the same as a line note. On the keyboard, C moves up to the black key of C sharp, and E moves up to the white key of E sharp. Another name for E sharp is F. A flat lowers a note one chromatic semitone, and the note B is lowered to B flat. And when writing a flat, keep the half a heart in the same space as the space note, and the half a heart line runs through the middle of the flat, just the same as the middle of the line note. On the keyboard, B moves down to the black key of B flat, and F moves down to the white key of F flat. Another name for F flat is E. Now the cool thing about the black keys is that each black key has two names. It's both a sharp and a flat. C sharp is also D flat, D sharp is also E flat, F sharp is also G flat, G sharp is also A flat, and A sharp is also B flat. Now there are a few keys that have two names that are white keys, and those are E sharp is also F, and F flat is also E. B sharp is also C, and C flat is also B. In the basic rudiments on page 24, when we are writing notes on the staff and we're using accidentals to raise or lower the pitch, we may want to cancel that accidental and just go back to playing the natural note. In order to cancel a sharp or a flat, we need to use a natural sign. So here's a little shortcut. When drawing the natural sign in front of the note, it looks like the letter L and the number 7 put together. A natural sign in front of a note cancels a previous accidental, but it only applies to that specific pitch of sound. In music, sometimes we want the sound to only move up or down one semitone or half step. When reading music on the staff, an accidental only applies to the notes on the line or in the space where it is written. It does not apply to notes that have the same letter name but appear at a higher or lower register on the staff. A bar line cancels all accidentals in that measure. So here's where we have to be careful. Let's identify the following notes: E sharp, E, E flat, E sharp again, E flat, E natural. Now the bar line cancels all the accidentals, so we have E, D flat, D sharp, D natural, D sharp again, and just D. When assigning the homework, we put a happy face in the corner of each page to be completed. Now here's a UMT tip. When marking the homework pages, so you can mark quickly and effectively, use the convenient answer book. You will notice that the pages are identical to the student workbook, and you can see the answers written in by hand, so you know the correct answer and the space provided for your student to complete the assignment. Now these books were designed to have the page numbers in the center of the page so you can snip the outside corner of the page once both sides have been completed and corrected. And this way it's easy for students to see where to begin. Remind students to always use their ruler. Just clip it inside their book and you can use it as a bookmark. In our UMT Basic Rudiments Lesson 2, we learned that accidentals go in front of a note at the correct pitch on the staff and after the letter name. An accidental raises or lowers a note one chromatic half step. And remember, chromatic means the same letter name. We need accidentals so we can alter the pitch of sound by one semitone or half step, which is the shortest distance in pitch between two notes. Now here's a bonus tip. After you mark the review test from Lesson 1, write the score on page 3 of the table of contents. Now this is like a little report card for students, and it really enables them to see their progress and they feel successful. In our next video, Ultimate Music Theory, Basic Rudiments Lesson 3, you'll learn about another type of semitone and combining semitones. You'll also discover how to identify an inharmonic equivalent. Ask your students to remove all the flashcards that you find at the back of the book and put them in a Ziploc bag. They should review the flashcards with the terms that they've learned from Lesson 1 and 2 and bring the flashcards in their Ziploc bag to the next lesson. We're going to be reviewing these terms and definitions by playing a little game called Slap. Till next time, teach with passion.